there, people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. I fought with myself a lot about whether or not I really wanted to make this video today about what I'm gonna make it. It is a little bit embarrassing because I was so scared to make it. For those reasons, I realized that I really needed to make it because I think we need to face our fears and we need to face the little dark parts about us in order to kind of process them and move on. And when one person talks about it, then other people know that they're not alone if they're going through the same thing. Today I want to talk to you guys about loneliness. Loneliness is probably my least favorite thing about the world. I think that that's actually an Amy Poehler quote. I'll have to look it up, but not too long ago I was actually told by somebody that I had a spirit of loneliness about me when I was going through something that wasn't very fun. Just an FYI, if you're not prepared to be there to help the person through something like that, I wouldn't recommend telling someone that you think they're lonely. Just throw that out there. I was really mad and I felt very exposed. I was like, what? Like that's a dark thing? I feel like I've been struggling with loneliness for a very, very long time, and I think that a lot of the time it doesn't really have much to do with how many people you have around you. I've got lots of really great friends and people in my life, but for some reason it still exists. And a couple years back actually I was really kind of self-examining myself and figuring out why I am the way that I am, and what I realized is I used to kind of get my self-worth from how many friends I had, how many people I had around me, how many cool things that I was doing, and I would get that worth by posting pictures with everyone on Instagrams, because if the world thought that I had lots of people with me, then I thought I'd be fine. And I think that the reason that I felt like that, the reason that I needed the world to think I was one way, was because I was so terrified of being the other way. I did not want to be lonely. I did not want to be alone. What I've realized, I think, is my greatest fear in the world, and I think if you ask other people, I know I've asked other people and they've had the same answer, but like my biggest fear is ending up alone. Fear, I think, has the potential to control you, and I think fear comes from lies. The trick is to figure out what that lie is when you're scared of something. Loneliness sucks. I don't know what it is. I don't really know where it comes from. I have some really solid friends and I know that I'm very fortunate and blessed to have that, but I don't really know what it is. And it's like, bringing this issue out on camera right now is really scary to me because I actually haven't talked about this with any of these great friends that I have. I don't know why. I think it feels embarrassing to me. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to come across as needy. And it's like, I think loneliness maybe it comes from when you're dealing with something and you're too scared to bring it up, and so you end up isolating yourself. And we were made to be together. We were made to need people. If someone tells you that people don't need people, they're wrong, because Jesus needed people. He's Jesus, he's perfect, and he still wanted to have people around him. The night before Jesus was going to be crucified, he knew it was going to happen. He was so scared that, like, they say he was sweating blood. He was so scared because he knew exactly what was about to happen to him. What did he do? He prayed, and then he went to his friends. He went to his friends and asked them to be there for him. And I don't know what makes us lonely. I don't know where isolation comes from, but it's not good. And so I just want you to know that if you're feeling anything close to this, I want to encourage you to speak up about it. And I want to encourage you to not hide it and not be embarrassed about it, because sometimes the people who come across the happiest. Hello there, people of the world, and welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax, are actually really sad inside. I know that I have what my friends in the past used to call a perma-smile. I catch myself smiling all the time. My cheeks start hurting because of it. But I know that I also tend to use that smile, that everything's okay and happy and great all the time, to cover up what actually I'm feeling. It's kind of like you're putting on a show because you don't want people to know that something's wrong, when it's like, actually, this has been one of the weirdest, saddest weeks I've had in a long time. I think I just want to bring this to you guys to show you that, hey, I'm going to speak up about this. So if you guys are feeling that pain that like people don't care about you, people don't love you, and if they'll know these little vulnerable sides of your heart, then it's embarrassing, then we'll be embarrassed together because I want to share this with you. I have goosebumps right now. I'm not looking forward to putting this video out. I'm not. I don't know why. I feel like maybe I still want to have that image that everything's okay and I have lots of people and I'm great and happy, and it's like, why is self-worth come from happiness? Why do you have to be happy all the time to be worth anything? It's like, maybe it's just me. But if it's not just me, if you fit in there, if you felt that, then let me know, because guys, we're in this together. If I have any advice to you in this video, it's that don't hide these parts of you that you feel embarrassed about, like I did basically all week. Because it doesn't do anything. And odds are, the people that you bring it out to, they probably feel the same way, or they felt the same way, or maybe that's what they need to hear, because relationships come from being vulnerable with each other, and it's scary. And I've said that so many times in the past, but like, weirdly enough, this is one of the most vulnerable videos that I think I've made, because this is just something that I don't talk about. For some reason, I have a little bit of shame about, and I didn't really realize that until I was really figuring this out this week. It's like, I think just if you take anything from this video at all, it's just that anyone could be going through this, whether they're smiling or whether they're frowning, whether they have lots of people around them or not. So you don't have to be embarrassed about it if you're going through it as well. If you feel alone, if you feel like people don't care, I think that's all I have to say. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. If you enjoyed what I had to say, then please go check out my Patreon page. That is where we're going to be carrying on this conversation further. You can get there by clicking this link on the side of the screen that says Patreon. It's going to be a box, or you can click the link in the description box below that says Join My Family. That is where we're going to be talking, sharing stories. That's where you can learn how to support me, learn more about what I want to do with the future here on Coffee Chats with Jax. Also, we have a wonderful family there that is supporting a child through Compassion International. His name is Lenny, and we need more people to join so that we can adopt another kid, rescue another kid out of poverty, because it's important, you guys. Okay, well, I love you, and I'll talk to you next time.